Okay, Bard, what are your thoughts on Ripple?
Okay, so I get questions about Ripple a lot because Ripple is kind of a conundrum. Ripple is kind of a, let's call it an anti-crypto coin in some ways. Uh, we'll go over the things I don't like at first, and then at the end, maybe we'll talk about some things that are kind of actually positive in some weird way. Um, Me personally, I own Ripple. I don't really plan on buying Ripple. Uh, Ripple, here's what's interesting about Ripple from the founders start. Okay, from the founders from the very beginning, the people who started Ripple have said, don't buy Ripple. Okay, Ripple is not a coin for you. Ripple is a coin for the banking system to transact between banks. So it's a coin and a token that instead of taking 4 or 5 days for a wire transfer between two banks, it would take roughly 6 to 8 seconds with a Ripple transfer. So obviously there's a lot of benefit for banks to use it. And they said, look, this is not an investment coin. It's not a coin for you to use. It's a coin for the banks to use. Don't buy it. Then they turn around and Ripple gets listed on exchanges. That's weird. That bothers me from a personal perspective. Like, why? Okay, this is no different than if Toyota had a part, let's say they made a fuel pump that looked a lot like a fuel pump for a Honda, but it wouldn't fit the Honda. But people were buying it thinking it was for the Honda because it was cheaper, let's just say. That's the reason they were buying it for the Honda. So Toyota comes out and they go, hey, everybody. Keep in mind, they came out one time in years and said, hey, everybody, don't buy that part. It won't fit your Honda. Okay? But then they turn around and go and give it a part number that looks like a Honda part number. Well, doesn't really instill with me a lot of trust in Toyota, does it? On one hand, you're telling me a little bit of doublespeak. On one hand, you're telling me, no, you shouldn't buy this. Okay, you shouldn't because it's not for you. And then you turn around and stick it in places that are for me. Why would you put it there if it's only for banks? Why would you even go to an exchange if it was only for banks? Banks can get it direct from you. Why put it there? That bothers me a lot. That whole undercurrent, it kind of destroys my trust. Okay? So, but again, that's speculation. Speculation on my part. I can't tell you I have any inside knowledge. I can only tell you what I see in front of me. And the motivation between what comes out of the mouth and what comes out of the hands, let's say the actions, they don't line up. That bothers me. So I have that first problem with Ripple. The second problem I have with Ripple is a lot of people don't realize that Ripple is a controlled coin. They can, if you keep your money in exchange, now keep in mind, we're talking about exchanges, what they call gateways, versus private wallets. They can't freeze my private wallet, okay? But if I store even one Ripple on an exchange, on a gateway, and for some reason, Ripple decides that they want to freeze my account. It could be because the government tells them to. It could be because they just don't want me to be able to send that money, which people are rolling their eyes right now. Oh, why would they want to do that? They did it in 2014 with one of their founders who tried to move 96 million Ripple, and they froze his account on Bitstamp. So it can be done. They can freeze through the freeze protocol. They can freeze not only your account of Ripple on the gateway, they can freeze everything in the exchange because of your connection with Ripple. That's a legal agreement you enter into when you buy Ripple on an exchange and store it there. So what people don't realize is that Ripple is a controlled system. Ripple is like a bank account where the government can go in and they can freeze your bank account if they want to. And they can see what's going on, what else you're tied to, and they go out and freeze those accounts with the other exchange or the other bank accounts and investment accounts you may have, whatever. So that's two huge negatives for Ripple. If you believe in cryptocurrencies, in decentralization, and what I mean by decentralization is when someone says a coin is decentralized, it means you control it. That's what people don't realize. Oh, decentralization, what do I care about decentralization? What it means is that no one in the system controls it. It's decentralized. There's no central authority like Visa has with their system or MasterCard. There's no central authority that controls it all, which means you have complete and total autonomy with your money. Some people don't like that. It's too free. It's too open. It's too Wild West. It's because we can't have a system on one hand where you have complete control of your money, and on the other hand, I can get your money back if you screw up. In order for me to get your money back, I have to have control. If I don't have control, I can't get your money back. So you have centralized systems where they can get your money back, like a credit card. You can call and have your charge reversed. And you have decentralized systems where no, you're on your own, buddy. You're completely on your own. Freedom comes with a price. So what I'm leading into is potentially the good side of I'm not calling it that. But let's say the if you want to take out the morality of I am for central or decentralized coins, I am for personal and total freedom, I am for a lack of governmental control in my life, okay? If you don't care about those things, it's just the money that you're after, maybe you should buy some Ripple. Because cryptos in 5 years from now will either be almost everything, not everything, almost everything, or almost nothing, okay? I don't think we're going to the almost nothing. I believe in the almost everything. If I didn't, I wouldn't have my entire life revolve around them the way it does. But in order for them to be completely nothing, everyone has to stop using them. But conversely, for them to be everything, then everyone has to use them. You're not going to see that. You're not going to see a 0. You're not going to see 100. Okay? We're going to be somewhere in between. I'm thinking probably somewhere between 70 and 80. Okay? So almost everything. So if you believe that we're going to be almost everything in the 70, 80 percentile mark, maybe even the mid 80s, you go, okay, well, what's that last 15% that's left? Well, those are the people who don't want to take control of their own lives, don't want to deal with things directly. They want someone to be in control. They want to have that safety net. They want Ripple. So banking on that 10 to 15 to 20% of the people who don't want to control their own destiny. And if I'm saying it with a little bit of smarminess in my voice, because I'm saying it with a little smarminess in my voice because that kind of logic doesn't follow with me, but there are people like that, fine. That's where they want to live, fine. But the people who don't want to be in control of their lives completely, they'll probably invest in Ripple because it's just a crypto-based banking system. That's what it is.